What's up, everybody? Welcome to A Guy Think Podcast, episode 17. We're here live at Cross Country Studios. We even got Frank Cristiano here.
That's right.
And our special guest today on episode 17 is GM of the Distillery Steel Spirits with Black Coral Rum. This is John Moore. What's going on,
Hey,
John?
Man, couldn't be happy.
Good to have you on
Good
the
to
show,
be
my
happy,
friend.
man.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much to Frank for playing host.
Absolutely.
So, what do you want to do? You want to drink some rum?
Yeah, we're going to do a little rum tasting today. For those of you who don't know, this is a local distillery here in Florida in Riviera Beach, correct?
We started out in Riviera Beach. We're almost done building out a new distillery in downtown West Palm, about a mile off City Place, just off the Okeechobee exit. It's a 100-year-old warehouse. We're building all of our own stills, from which we will hand make all of our own vodka, gin, rum, whiskey. Riviera Beach facility's been doing these two kinds of rum for a little over 6 years. And it was created by a father and son team that their family's been in the area for over 100 years. So all of our ingredients come from Florida farms, with one exception, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we support local farmers. Every bottle we ever sell generates a $1 donation to a local veterans group. So far, we've given them over $40,000, and we're about to cut them another check this year at Christmas time, like we do every year.
Nice.
But we use a non-GMO, pesticide-free molasses that you would otherwise call organic if we had the official government stamp. It's just a pure product. We wanted to be able to make, every rum I ever had is just like so full of, I don't know, the fake chemical. You drink Diet Coke and you taste chemistry. That's what all the big mainstream rums taste like to me. And we just, I wasn't even a part of the founding of the company, but when I got an opportunity to come work for guys who really wanted to create a better product and support local farms, local charities, I was like, how do I not do that?
Hell yeah. What's better than getting drunk and helping local charities out? I'm all for it.
Amy from Death or Glory calls that drinking with a cause.
Oh, see, there you go. I like that.
A friend of the company. Yeah. That's Amy Harrison from Death or Glory in Delray.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about some juice. By the way, I want to tell you that the glassware I brought straight from my fancy cupboard in my house. If you take a look at it. First sampling, Maker's Mark Distillery Experiment, January 14, 2010. So someday in my dreamy, wacky head, I love the idea that someday some dude who's like a kid right now will start running a distillery and be using glassware that says Steel Tie Spirits, some special event thing, and he'll keep those glasses.
Yeah, you gotta put that in those little time capsules.
Yeah, exactly. So my time capsule is called my cabinet, and anyway, so you never know, but I have the dream in my head. So we're gonna start off with the white rum. This is the basis from which all of our rums are made. What we do is ferment the organic molasses and distill it only one time. It's a big thing for me is to tell people that anytime you see distilled 7 times or 10 times or God knows how many times, it tells me you're starting off with garbage ingredients and you have to over distill that to take out the bad flavors and the bad aromatics. If you're using good organic, or maybe not organic, but all natural at least, locally sourced ingredients for your products like we do, you shouldn't need to run it through the still, or else you're wasting those good flavors and aromatics. And we want people literally to have the taste and smells that Florida earth can give when using these really good natural products. For these guys, generations and generations have been growing the sugarcane. The byproduct of sugarcane production into sugar is called molasses, and that's what we take to make these beautiful rums. So what I'm going to suggest we do is have a sniff first. No, you don't need it. Just have a sniff. Tell me that doesn't smell like butterscotch.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
There's no butterscotch in here. The reason that it smells like that is when you ferment and distill all natural Florida molasses, that is the aromatics that you should get. It's not like a Werther's original, but it's just a hint. It's like if you get a nice glass of wine and somebody goes, oh, green apple or whatever. There's no green apple in the wine, but it's just the aromatics that remind your palate of something that you've had in the past. It's one of the rare opportunities to always be right, no matter what you think it smells like or tastes like. Mm-hmm. Right. Cheers, gentlemen.
Salud.
Cheers.
When you taste this, tell me if on the finish you don't get a little bit of toasted marshmallow, just a little bit. So what we do to produce this, fermented and distilled only one time. We barrel aged it 6 months in new American white oak barrels. Nice, right?
Yeah.
And then we filter it through. We have a 2-story cylinder filled with carbons derived from Florida coconut husk. My girlfriend thinks that contributes to. She gets the flavors of something like coconut water out of this.
That's what I'm getting at.
Is that what you're getting?
That's what I'm getting
Okay, so she attributes that to the coconut husk.
Bear is a big coconut. Guys, Bear is behind the camera, he's behind the scenes. But he's a big coconut water guy.
Yeah.
Right, Bear?
I
Yes,
love
sir.
it.
Love
We have a
coconut
bear in
water.
the office too. Anthony's the bear.
He's a bear as well?
Dancing bear, yeah. That's
Dancing bear.
That's a nickname
And
he
this
gave
is
himself.
This is a
I
cage
don't know if you
fighting
can do
bear.
that.
Anthony's not a cage fighter.
But I'd like to see them two go at it.
Anthony's more of a transaction coordinator. But he can get angry.
Give him some rum, he'll feel better.
Exactly.
Anyway, thoughts on the white rum?
I thought it was great, very
Nice,
smooth.
gentle, I love
Yeah.
it. I think it's just
Nice
easy,
aftertaste.
easy drinking.
Might be too much
Yeah.
at the end.
You know what? You might grab one of those cups so we don't get too cross-eyed drunk before. I just want to spill a little bit of the rest of this in there.
How many you
I know-
need?
I know Frank, just one. It's going to be like a spit cup, and then if you don't want to completely whack it all back, and they said you got to dry it. So you don't have that problem. So we're going to move now on to the spice rum. Now this is essentially the white rum that we have infused with Tahitian vanilla bean, the only thing that we use in any of our products not grown in Florida. Tahitian vanilla bean plus more than a dozen Florida grown ingredients that include toasted cocoa nib, clove, allspice, nutmeg. Vanilla bean is the first thing you're going to smell. It'll be the last thing you taste.
Okay.
It's pretty mild right up on the front, but it's,
Yes.
you got it?
That I taste. Now or no?
That's good, Chef.
And it's mellow.
Wait a minute, question. Was this the bottle that I got?
Yeah.
I knew it tasted familiar. I had this with, if any of the neighbors are watching, fellas. Black Coral.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
This is the one?
No, this one. This one.
Okay.
These.
Just leave
we're
that one in
gonna
the office.
now. Well, look, yeah, these two are staying with you.
Kidding.
This is a whole different deal. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is move down. You want me to dump this?
And these have no sugar in them?
Correct. So.
Tastes amazing, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. No
It's
carb, no
amazing.
sugar.
What's a zero carb
Guys,
rum?
girls, you're always watching the league.
Especially, yeah. I
No
mean,
carb, no sugar. I mean, come on.
if you
Saves
want
you
to
a
lean this
trip to the gym.
Keto friendly.
keto friendly, paleo, vegan. Anyway, I think it has to be vegan, doesn't it? Anyway, oh, here's a little secret for everybody. If you're worried about all of this, Tito's made $10 billion with
Gluten?
the gluten-free thing. Gluten, here's a secret for everybody. Gluten is a protein that cannot survive distillation. Every commercial vodka, gin, rum, whiskey, tequila, brandy, all of them are gluten-free.
So-
because the protein cannot survive distill.
So Joseph is watching, and he said, first thing you smell, last thing you taste, best line of 2018.
Best line of 2018. I
Well,
like it.
I love coming in first at the end of the year when I know I don't have like, the movies, the action movie comes out in January. Oh, it's the greatest action movie of the year. I thank you. Thank you for that.
Which
That's
Joey
all-
is
So
that?
every vodka is
I'm gonna mess it up.
gluten-free.
Scandado.
Every vodka,
Scandalo!
every
What's
gin.
going on, buddy?
Now, if you, to what Frank asked was every vodka is gluten free. There's some that, like, there's a debate, like the flavored ones. I mean, there's a spectrum, an enormous overabundance of key lime, whipped cream flavored Pinnacle vodka, all those things. God only knows what they're using to flavor those. No, you wouldn't necessarily, but in the world of answering the question, are they really all? The plain vodkas, the actual gins, rum, whiskey, tequila, brandy, all of the ones that are not impregnated with fake chemical flavorings and colorings, God only knows what they use for that. So there might be gluten in that. I don't want to swear to that, but the ones that are just like vodka, gin, regular old rum. Be careful of rum because, like Captain Morgan gets their coloring and their flavoring, it's not from spices. There's no like regulations to when you can use or apply the word spice on the label. They get it from a chemical powder from DuPont, which is why you get hangovers because your body cannot metabolize all that garbage.
That explains what happened to me last week.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That wasn't. I don't think that was it.
No, I think at that point it
But
was
if
the
you've ever
quantity.
Yeah, but if you ever had like a Sailor Jerry time on a boat and you come up the next morning and you're like, who kicked me in the head? It's just that's your so. A lot of these terrible chemicals that these macro companies leave in their vodkas and gins and rums and whiskeys get onto your optic nerve, and it creates a throbbing sensation because it's not meant to be there. Methyl alcohol. If you don't distill it at the right temperature, things like methanol and its cousins will stay in there, and that's when you get a rockin' headache. But these, we distill at a slightly lower temperature to keep methanol out. It doesn't come up through the still one in the bottle. So
I love it. The
in the world
natural
of
flavor
booze,
that you guys have.
in the world of booze, these are the healthiest things you can get. So that was the white and the spice. I'm gonna bust out a little bit of the black rum now. I am actually gonna suggest we use an ice cube for this one.
There you go.
Thank you. And
I have to clean that promise.
that's okay.
Good.
Do you have any
Sick.
idea of some of the places
Yeah,
I
keep
put my
going.
tongue? I'm not worried about it. That's in the ice. Me in college, it was a nightmare. So this is the next rum that we're gonna
Is this
release.
it?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
This is the next one we're going to release. It's been submitted to the buyers at Publix Liquors. And by the way, for anybody watching, our white and spice rum have been for 4 or 5 years available at every Total, every ABC, and every Publix Liquors in Florida. Most of the mom and pop shops are a couple hundred miles around in Palm Beach County and Broward, all through the Keys where I came from. I moved here a year and a half ago from Key West to come and run this brand with these guys. As soon as Publix says yes with their 270 something different liquor licenses, that flips the switch and we got to go into mass production with the black. This will be a competitor for Myers. Take a smell and see if you don't get a bunch of these great robust kind of baker's flavors and molasses and just heavy oak. This drinks like a 23 year Zacapa, but it'll be the exact same price point as these two, which if you go to Total ABC or Publix, you'll never see it for more than
How
25
smooth
bucks.
is that?
Is that beautiful?
So this blow, I blow on the beach right now.
Nice
Nice floater.
I
Yeah.
just want to be at a
right.
tiki bar, man,
That's it.
right now.
Sitting,
It's
so
relaxing.
a lot of the accounts that we've
Wow.
been really busy with and that have been really good to us are aching for us to come out with the black so they can put this as a floater up on top of every colada. With dark and stormy with this, we call it a black and stormy. It's just fire. And I did actually at in
Wow, that was really
downtown West
refreshing.
Palm. There's a bar called
Great.
123 Datura, and we use this to make a proper black and stormy. The guys at Voltaire above Lost Weekend on Clematis use this with a little brandy to make one of the greatest old fashions I've ever had in my life.
Dude,
So it's utilitarian. It's really great. That's the black rum we're going to be coming out with soon.
this is the best rum I've ever tasted.
It's good.
Honestly, hands down. That's
I
the first time
really,
I've ever tasted it.
really, really
It is
can't
super
wait.
smooth.
It's
Very good. Very good.
Barry, we're gonna pack you up a little to go.
Well, yeah, we'll get you a little something. Now, finish that real quick because what we got to do is
Yeah, if you're not gonna finish it, I
dump
will.
and cleanse. Yeah.
You're gonna drink out of my glass? I couldn't even get the ice.
We're all friends here. It's not the same as like licking your
Alright, so what am
fingers. Go ahead, pour that right in there. I'm gonna give you a little water to rinse it out.
This episode brought to you by Uber.
Smart. Let's go with Lyft. I feel like from a corporate
Lyft,
mentality,
Uber. Yeah.
we have a little more in common with Lyft in
My
terms
father
of.
does lift. Hard time.
Does
So
he?
if we drink too much, he can pick us up.
I
Oh,
bought
good
you.
idea.
My girlfriend
No
lives
buzz.
close to here. I'll just make her give me.
My problem goes to bed at 7:30.
So, oh my God, that's funny. So this
Think we spent that
is
night
something that we're only going to release for sale in the new distillery when we get that open, hopefully next month. This is called Double Barrel Spice. And what we did, we took our existing spice rum and put it back into the barrels for another year and a half. So the double barrel right here,
It's darker than the
chills.
other one.
It's darker because it's been in a barrel for another year and a half.
Wow.
So you can see right next to this one, you can see some opaque light coming through.
Look how nice it is.
This is just a heavily oaked, a slightly smoky, not Scotch smoky, not Mezcal smoky, but very slightly because the inside of our barrels are charred, like most barrels. And it got another year and a half exposure to those caramelized sugars from the sap that got cauterized whenever we roast the inside of the barrels, or our coopers do. Take a smell, you're going to still get that good vanilla, but plenty of wood, plenty of earth. It's just a really beautiful, smooth product. I didn't want to drink it, I just want to inhale it.
This might be my favorite one.
Wow.
This is
What do
serious.
you think? So this one's only going to be available for sale in the
What a
distillery.
taste.
That's good.
We're,
What
This
a
might be the
taste.
I
best.
spent a lot of my
This might
day
be
dealing with
personally
half
my favorite
bottle and
one.
so on.
Actually, I mean, for smoothness, only because, but for flavor,
Well, the black I would do in the morning coffee.
you and your coffee.
Pour right in there.
This poor guy's been screaming for espresso for the last hour.
No, it's fixed now. She told me it's fixed.
Oh, it's fixed?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I-
this is
Where
breakfast
at?
rum, the black. The
Headquarters? How did they fix it? Wait, who came in and fixed it? I wanna
guys from
know.
La Quinta.
What'd you call it, room service?
Yeah,
We're good.
there's a concierge, there's a coffee concierge. Anyway, so that's the double barrel spice, and these are all going to be available for sale in the new distillery, which will be
Wow.
keep an eye out, guys. 1615 Clare Avenue, downtown West Palm, right off Okeechobee, near 95. On the way way you're gonna stick that, but anyway,
He'd have to pull the stick out to fit it where he wants to put it.
that's nice. Anyway, these two.
Watch it, Bear.
These two are ones that I just made, messing around. And I did it largely because I'm a big cocktail nerd and I love to make my own ingredients. But also because I wanted to illustrate not only for my distiller and his dad, who the two of them founded the company, Clint and Ben. Clint is the dad, Ben is the son. They have had this company since the summer of 2012, and they were good enough to bring me on about 15 months ago almost, full time to help them run the brand. And I'm such a big old cocktail nerd that what I did, I was doing a bar training in Miami at a place called Batch, which has one in Delray, and they have a brand new one that just opened in Clematis. And one of my best friends, Jules, who runs the Milagro and Montelobos portfolio, she had a couple of poblano peppers that she was part of her thing. She was like, I'm gonna throw these away, you want them? And I took them home and I infused them into some of our white rum. So if you're a cocktail nerd, if you're a bartender, if you're a bar owner or manager or something like that, and you want a really fun rum to do some infusions with, all I did was I took our white rum and I cleaned up the poblano. I got the seeds and the pith out. This is only the skins. And what I did was I infused it, I gave it 48 hours, and I tasted it every 24 hours, and after 48 I was like, I don't want any more poblano in here, this is perfect. I went out and I bought a bunch of tomatoes and I threw them in my juicer and I made my own like Bloody Mary mix.
Nice.
That poblano pepper rum in a Bloody Mary context, however you guys like to make your Bloody Mary, everybody has their own style, their own favorite zing zang or whatever the mixes are. That rum in your favorite Bloody Mary context is insanely good. So if you guys want a little spice real quick?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's rinse out the glassware again.
Yep.
Because I don't want you to have the residue. I want you to
Almost pull it in yours.
I'm gonna pour it in. Alright.
That was close.
Alright, so poblano rum. I think the world is probably unused to. And I gave the guys a little smell a little while ago, so this is on the nose. It smells a little bit like it might be a spice burn thing, but
Stings the nostrils.
Ooh.
Movie. Stings the
Anchorman.
nostrils. There you go.
Oh, good for you.
Stings
Sex
the
Factor.
nostrils. Yeah,
50% of the time, it works every time.
that's good.
Oh, God, I love that so much. So the poblano pepper is not a spicy pepper.
Ooh.
This is just a very vegetal thing, but there's a little capsaicin in it. And for that reason, that's what I love about it for a rum bloody, which is a really rare creature, but they do exist. I've made a bunch of them.
That's interesting.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Frank, that's the biggest I've ever seen your eyes get
Yeah.
when you smelled it.
It's serious.
That's interesting.
That shit
And
weighs
it's
strong.
round. And the great thing about that white rum, I always call that white rum the vodka drinker's rum because it is just, it's not overwhelmingly like, if you try that trick with Bacardi White, and I hate to say it, I'm sorry Bacardi, but you didn't help out Puerto Rico after the hurricane came in, so I'm going to stick it up your ass. But
Stick it up their ass.
yeah,
Not
you
nice,
tried
Bacardi. Not nice.
yeah, Budweiser canned water when the hurricane hit Texas. Where was Bacardi trying to help out the guys, the families that make them go? So I'm gonna tell you, yeah, God bless. So if you try to do the sniff test with our white rum and their white rum right next to each other, their white rum will remove all the hair from your nostrils, and you'll be really mad at me for trying to make you do it. This makes a lot of bar programs more versatile, because if you want to do a rum drink with some flavors that you just never expected, you can literally take our white rum and make it into whatever you want. And that's the poblano. And the last one I'm going to give you, I can't believe how easy this was. I took a funnel and put it into another clean bottle of our white rum. And you know the little McCormick pumpkin pie spice things that you get for like $2.99 at Publix? 1 teaspoon of McCormick pumpkin pie spice in the funnel into the rum, and I was cooking. And I just every now and then I'll pick up the bottle and shake it up. And after about an hour, I pour it through a coffee filter because it's solids with ginger and nutmeg and things. They're not going to totally dissolve, and I wanted to get that out of there. I don't want sediment. So I poured it through a coffee filter into a mason jar. And after it got done, it was this color. And I took this to an event on Palm Beach Island last week, and I hit it with just a little bit of simple syrup and some Angostura cocktail bitters, and this is a pumpkin pie old fashioned.
That's
Whoa,
cool.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's cool.
So that is
good.
what, when you guys are done with the poblano,
I tried
I'm
to
actually,
on Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna pour the poblano out only because this is really good, but I had a really bad experience a couple weeks ago with a pepper drink.
Yeah, we don't want to.
That's the
We
only,
don't wanna
that's the
rehash
only
that.
thing. Yeah.
We don't want you having
That's what, it was
flashbacks.
very good.
Run around naked and
That was very good.
whatever you did. There you go. Might need another
Wasn't
bottle
a
of
good
water.
thing.
No, we don't want you.
No, we can't.
No
do that.
flashbacks from Vietnam.
We still got to do the show, guys. By the way, we're recording live here at Cross Country Studios, as I mentioned earlier, and we're going to be going live on the podcast, episode 17. So stay tuned for that.
I'm gonna actually make this our podcast cocktail.
Nice.
I'm gonna pour a little more. We'll get a couple of cubes of ice in here. We'll sip on this throughout the course.
But I like to call it, that's nothing but right. That's what
Yes.
Go away.
Absolutely.
I'm sure change it, Frank. I apologize.
Beautiful.
Man. So let me use my homeless fucked up fingers to serve you.
Now walk me through this again. What did you put in this?
I took our white rum, 1 teaspoon, not a tablespoon, but a teaspoon, pumpkin pie spice from McCormick that I bought for $2.99 at Publix. 1 teaspoon in the bottle, and then I just agitate it every now and then. I was cooking my dinner. I was just messing around to see how it turned out. Turned out so good that on Thursday this week, at that place I just mentioned, Batch in downtown West Palm, so I think it's in the 200 block. It's in the old Alchemist space on Clematis. They're having something called Shots for Tots. So give them a little shout out. My friends Kevin and Josh and Ting is one of their great managers, and they've got some really great bartenders down there. It's a really new business. It's less than a month old, and they've been in Miami for a long time. I think 3 or 4 years. They've got one in Delray that's about a year and change old, and they've just opened a new one. And they always do a children's charity Christmas thing at all their locations. And we're sponsoring it. What we're going to do is this pumpkin pie infused rum that they're going to just do pumpkin pie shots for people who come in and bring like a gift for the kids and make a donation. You know, here's your pumpkin pie shot. Thanks, God bless.
You like pumpkin pie?
I do. Yeah, in
I ate the
moderation.
entire pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. The entire thing.
Wow, God bless you.
Heartburn right away.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
this shit's so bad.
Great.
Gentlemen,
Right to the GI doctor. I'm not even joking. It's great though.
I'm not surprised. You're diabetic?
It's great though.
Smell that. Tell me it's not.
That's fantastic.
This
This
is
is great.
literally unbelievable.
Yeah.
I poured 4 bottles of that.
You guys, let me tell you,
Big
you're missing.
decanter.
Whoever's watching this right now, this right here,
Here's
you're
what I
missing
did.
out.
I did 4 bottles of the pumpkin pie
Wow.
infused rum into a big like lemonade decanter with like a half a bottle of simple syrup, and just I counted out the right number of dashes. I know it looks like I'm doing something else with my hand right now. I was dashing bitters into this decanter, 1 for every cocktail I knew this batch would make, and I had enough left over that I just needed to put it back in the bottle to get it out of there and be able to. Is this not one of the greatest winter
Super
cocktails
refreshing.
you've ever had?
Winter cocktail, perfect time of the year, very refreshing.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I want to crack the
And
window
it's
right
a-
now.
I do.
It's pretty cool. And it's on ice. It's going to keep you warm while you're drinking something on ice.
Fantastic.
This
Anyway.
is absolutely delicious. Do you have a name for it?
Pumpkin pie old fashioned.
Pumpkin pie old fashioned.
Perfect.
I mean, the old fashioned is one of my most favorite sort of frameworks to make cocktails under.
Yeah, I like those too.
If you're going to mess around with tequila and mezcal, you mess around with palomas and margaritas. If you're using whiskeys, the old fashioned and the Manhattan are pretty easy to tinker with. There are a million classic cocktails, but like it's so easy to live and die under the framework
That's right.
of an old fashioned, especially if you have really good spirits to start with.
Absolutely.
And that's what we make. We make really good spirits, and we encourage all of our friends at the at all the neighborhood local bars to pick up some handmade local rum and make their cocktails with it.
I love it. Thank you
I got
again so
2 right
much
now.
for. Yeah.
I lucked out.
No, thank you again for doing this tasting for us
They're right.
live on the show, guys.
God, that's so good.
Stay tuned. Episode 17 coming up with GM John Moore. It's going to be about black coral rum. It's going to be about steel tie spirits. Riviera Beach is their distillery. Every dollar for every bottle that you purchase goes towards the veterans, which is fantastic.
Let me reframe that.
Listen.
Every bottle we sell generates a $1 donation to a local veterans group out of Hope Sound called Operation 300. They take care of the families of fallen
That I like.
soldiers. Yeah, we put a tag around every bottle, and if you want to pop that right there, it just lets you know that we're generating a $1 donation. It looks a little bit like a coupon, which I hope nobody thinks that we're shortchanging them. We're just giving that money to the families of vets as a thank you for defending our great nation, man.
Beautiful.
We wouldn't be able to be here without them.
That's right, 100%. So we're proud to have you on the show, and
Proud
we're
to
proud
be
to represent Black Coral. And just stay tuned, everybody. Get ready. It's going down.